spending in a rare move called a pocket rescission. That's according to the New York Post, which reports Trump notified Congress of his request last night. It comes after a federal appeals court declined to stop the Trump administration from withholding the funds, handing the White House a temporary victory. Jay, I'm going to be honest. I thought nearly all of the foreign aid funding had gone already. What's this about? And is there anything... OK, there might be something Congress can do. Is there anything Congress will do?
Let me just put this very, very bluntly, in a way that will define the next 32, 33 days. This will up the chances of a government shutdown, not to 100%, but to damn close. If the Democrats were, House and Senate Democrats were incredibly annoyed that Trump was pursuing rescissions packages, which Congress has to vote on, because think about it, if you are a Democrat and you've passed congressional appropriations bills, spending bills, and then the administration seeks to roll back that spending, you're like, why do I need to cut another deal with Republicans on spending bills? If the president does this on his own, which, again, is not something that's been done in 4 decades or so, the Democrats are not going to see it in their interest to cut a spending deal at the end of September when government funding runs out. Period. The end. This is going to up the chances of a government shutdown in a major way. And remember, Congress cannot pass a government funding bill, cannot, without Democrats' help in the Senate. You need 60 votes to get anything done in the Senate. So this move is throwing a bomb into the middle of the government funding process. And listen, the administration believes, some in the administration believe, that Republicans could win a shutdown against what they view as a weakened Democratic Party. In their view, a weak Democratic leader in Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, not my view, their view. I think it's going to be an incredibly, incredibly difficult shutdown, should that happen, and incredibly difficult to get out of that shutdown. I'm not baffled. And by the way, I've confirmed this as well. So this is the New York Post and me, Punchbowl News, that has now confirmed this. I think this is going to be a huge mess. is my main takeaway going into September.
Okay, co-founder of Punchbowl News, Jake Sherman. Thank you, Jake, for joining us.
Thanks.
Pablo, pick up on what Jake was just saying. If there is a government shutdown in a month, traditionally, the party that's in government is the party that suffers most. What Jake is suggesting there is that the White House at least believes that that could be flipped this time around. What do you make of it?
Yeah, I want to sort of examine this story coming right after what we just talked about in terms of that Alabama town hall, right? Because there are 2 parallel political conversations that are happening. One is the one that lots of people in D.C. are agitated about, that they are warning on the political terror alert scale is a big deal. Then you have this uprising in pockets around policies that are broadly unpopular. And when I think about what do you do as the Democratic Party, broadly speaking, at this moment, given what's happening in Congress, what might happen, as Jake described, and what's happening on the ground, like John Meacham, you talk about a centrism. The center of the Venn diagram between right and left right now, as polarized as it is, somewhere in the middle is some sincere notion of populism. Some sincere notion that special interests have actually overtaken this country. Some notion that when it comes to the military and police occupations of various cities, you are seeing the politicization of, troops and officers, law enforcement, for political ends. And I just wonder, in the middle there somewhere, is there a moment for there to be an actual resistance to billionaires, to a military-style occupation for personal political usage, to special interests? That's what I think about when I try to find what is a plausible way forward here, even vaguely resembling.